Alright. Everybody. This is the head, and before we start driving into the next stream, ideally is going to be for my birthday. Let's see about a dad joke from Saribon. We appreciate a good analytical AI over here that doesn't steal things. I'm not reading that one out loud. Let's try again. What did the calculator say to the student? You can count on me. I suppose that works, but I get the feeling that it might have been adapted from an older joke about an abacus. But there's a bit of back and forth on that one. Anyway, let's get to enjoying some tunes with a better frame rate than last time. Because apparently my computer can't quite handle this game at its graphical level at the same time as my VTuber model. Or rather at the same time as Studio, that's the concept. Since I'm back on VTuber, I can turn the rotor functions back on. I think I'm feeling this one today. Or should we go to the other one for the spring? Nah, I can save that one for the actual birthday. Let's go with this one for now. Going, so probably just gonna stick nice and under. And that is what a turn signal is for. Okie dokie. Or moving all over the place. That's supposed to be my job. I'm the lead. I'm the player. Hopefully, I'm going to be able to get my brother on for my birthday live stream, so I have a time talking than I usually do when it's just me. It's, you know, after a while, talking to an empty room gets a little unnerving. Mental health points from the walls not laughing at the jokes. say taking mental health points, taking mental health damage. Gonna be a long drive. Next stream's probably not gonna be for a couple of days, but wanna make sure that I get to the birthday location. And also remember to keep my mouse off the screen. But I appreciate you guys joining me for the drive. Helps it be less lonely. And someone else around. I feel less like I'm gonna get distracted and just accidentally drive off the road. I don't want to do that. Also, if anyone knows how to keep a car in this game from backfiring at those flashes you see from the exhaust pipe, that would be nice, because it always seems to happen pretty much every other time that I tap the gas pedal. And I can't exactly avoid tapping the gas pedal in a driving game. But yeah, that's why I keep the car sound effects so quiet. If I could just turn down backfiring noise, I would do that, and you could enjoy the engine noise. But failing that, I suppose I could do my own audio mix thing and add engine backing track along the terrain. Let me know in the comments or in the chat what your thoughts on that would be. Always use feedback. Also, watching some other people on YouTube today, and I heard that Twitter, with its generative AI nonsense, has been up to some shit. And with updates to their community guidelines and policies, they're basically going to be claiming the legal right and stuff to all of the images that you upload to that platform. So you might want to stop doing that and possibly remove every image that you've ever uploaded on there. Condolences to my fellow artists, but it's probably for the best to not be that particular cheat. In lighter news, it actually rained last night for me, so that's lovely. I love how much it rained. Such a cozy vibe. I bet from all my live streams where I've got rain as a background effect, that you probably couldn't tell that I like the rain. back on my PNG tuber for today, I'm hoping that I can rig something for the actual birthday stream that lets me use the updated rigging version of my VTuber model. Because I've been tinkering for the past couple of days, and it's turning out pretty good. At the moment, it seems to be ignoring my eyebrows, but I'm gonna see if I can fix that in time for the next stream. Wish me luck. I hope that all of you are doing alright out there in this bonkers world. If it ever ends up feeling like a bit too much, see if you can find some cheap paint with a piece of paper. The joy of creating something is its own reward some days, and other days it's just a good way to get bad feelings out too. There's a reason we have a category for it. It's called vent art. It's art, contrary to what a lot of people would have you believe, is primarily a form of self-expression, not a product for other people to profit off of. That would be artifice, according to this one YouTube video essay I watched back. I turned into the lane I was going to aim for. Also, right before stream, I was poking around at VTube Studio and found out, boy, they've got a lot of real nice items that you can just stick onto your model. They got so many cozy blankets. It's awesome. Love a cozy blanket. Big, thick, warm. Nice cozy blanket, hot drink, and raining outside. It's a perfect day. Especially when I don't have anywhere I need to go. That's awesome. Because I'm driving faster. Yeah, I think since I'm not running YouTube Studio at the moment, I probably feel more comfortable to go faster since I'm not getting seconds per frame. That was like 3 cars merging into the lanes in front of me at once. Agreed. I hope y'all are enjoying the ride. Anybody need snacks? Right, stop, Ellie. There should be some snacks in the back there. It would be nice if there was an option to skip the songs that have people on them. Those haven't yet. A very typical human. Complain about a problem before actually investigating if there's a way to fix it yourself. So silly. Just end up with the audio sounding weirdly like it's happening right next to you instead of playing around in your headphones or happening in front of you. Like it's one of the weirder elements of multiple amp. Running around your screen, and if you move away from the center of the screen, it starts coming in one headphone more than the other. And it's so incongruous with what you expect to hear that it actually ends up giving me a headache, and I'm just glad that the accessibility options for my computer actually have a audio control for turning device to mono. Because yes, the audio does end up more flat, but at least it's coming in both ears and fully. I swear, there's like a vendetta against my right ear. Every time it's more 3D, they keep ending up with more audio going in through my right ear than through my left, and it hurts. Not because it's particularly loud, just there's more audio, and it somehow causes my ear physical pain. That guy didn't get away. Use the brakes there. Glad to have them. A reminder to the audience that this is not a safe way to drive. If you're going going fast enough to pass cars this consistently, you are likely speeding, and in the event of a collision, the forces are going to be multiplied, not added.
Roger that, guys. And you have the car custody. The car that we were following is not in custody. The car is gone.
Well, unless the car that you run into, or whatever you run into, is going the same direction as you, in which case the multiplication will probably be somewhat reduced. Ava, no artificial flavoring. Fuck. I can't stop to read the titles. Ooh, that was a good run, too. Oh well. Stop by on the side of the road, get a bit of repair. There we go, back at it. Really glad that I invested in some of those instant car repair kits. Makes a long trip like this so much faster, especially when you're gonna be reckless. I'm just glad that all of you have your seatbelts on. Want to be safe when you're being reckless. I'm not sure what to talk about. Cars turning into lanes. We're finally landing. It's a fascinating experience to be driving while playing a game that has music, and then having a completely different song playing in your head. At the moment, I've got the chorus from Skeleton Appreciation Day by Will Wood and the Tapeworms playing in my head. I got lucky on that one. I was actively turning into the lane I was in, and I was fortunate that there was enough space for me to squeak by. I like Bullwood stuff. It's uniquely cathartic and interestingly validating in unexpected ways. And just like very authentically and strangely human. I like it. Very much not this kind of vibe, though. If you were on TikTok a couple years ago, you probably wound up hearing one of his songs. It was a snippet from the song Laplace's Angel. Apparently some kind of philosophical reference, but a lot of people were calling it Hurt People, question mark, Hurt People, exclamation point. It was the one that had the line, "It doesn't take a killer to murder, it only takes a reason to kill." So yeah, very much not this kind of vibe. He's got a lot of fun numbers like that. I don't actually know any lo-fi artists outside this game. I'm not familiar with a lot of music artists in general. Good grief. Need to get better at names. Yeah, outside of really common ones, like big celebrities, it's kinda difficult for my brain to hold music artists. Guess I'll just have to check the recording afterwards. And yeah, checking on my last VODs, it does seem that uploading directly from Twitch is still a non-viable way to upload your VODs to YouTube. But the good news is I kind of want to have my own hard copies of the footage if I can, as much as possible anyway. probably get an external hard drive or something, though. Make sure I maintain enough room on my machine, and also make sure that I have an external backup just in case something goes haywire with the power grid and I end up losing everything on my machine. I would really hate to lose the last 10 years of artwork. And, you know, photos, other work I've done. I suppose that's one of the upsides of photo albums. They're not exactly susceptible to power surges. Just fire and flooding. Things that humanity's been dealing with for a lot longer than a wonky electrical grid. Not that where I live has a wonky electrical grid, I'm just paranoid. And I'm not being exaggerative when I say that. I was legitimately diagnosed with an anxiety disorder, and saying paranoid when talking about myself feels okay.
And here we have practice session number 6 for race 7, the 4th round in the
this thing again.
historic racing slew
YouTube
car
auto
championship.
captions tried to capture the dialogue from this one and claimed that my video had content about what this thing is talking about, and it
And
didn't.
the 4 rounds are as follows.
I have a distinct impression that car enthusiasts are probably not going to be all that interested in my content, beyond perhaps liking the visuals of cars moving along the road, while some weirdo talks in the background. I don't know, maybe it's a bit soothing for sleep. You know, now that I actually figured out the audio problem, this Twitch only records the first audio track and none of the rest. But OBS can let you record to up to 6 tracks. So in order for Twitch to get the audio, I need to put it on the first track and whatever other track I want to have an audio file for, in order to make the volume and audio editing easier in post. Yeah. I'm not sure how my brother was able to do it, but in one of the recordings they gave him, he was actually able to manipulate the audio with only a single audio track so that I was actually audible over my own music. Because man, my voice was quiet in that one. Absolute wizard. He's got this crazy habit where when he doesn't know how to do something, he actually looks up how. It's a hot habit I really want to copy from him. Because it seems really useful. But frequently, when I end up dealing with a problem, it's close, I just kind of chew on it, or beat my head against it until I either give up, or solve it. And I'll just kind of forget that looking stuff up is an option. It's very silly. I'm very silly. He's really silly. It would be nice if more of the maps in this game were had rain in them. And were like dark. Because there is the one map that I think is called Vaporwave, but man, that thing's bright. I guess that's kind of part of the whole appeal of Retrowave, but, I don't know, I feel like it shouldn't hurt to look at for a game level where you need to be able to see. Although I suppose that map does make the other cars easier to see. There's a reason we put headlights on cars, after all. It's a lot harder to see things in the dark. I know, Glacier. Wisdom, this brain of mine. To some people. Probably not about driving, though. I think it's supposed to be like I think the way that you're actually supposed to play this game is with your foot on the accelerator a lot more than I typically do. And then you're supposed to be like trying to get close to different cars as fast as possible in order to get combos like that. But like, I don't want to do that. Like, props for the skills of people who are able to do that kind of thing. But it does make me side-eye the game mechanics a little bit for encouraging reckless driving. Admittedly, I don't think too many people are horribly likely to mistake reality for this game. If reality looks like this game, I want to know what city they're in, and they should probably double check to make sure that their morning coffee wasn't spiked with something. Because if your drink got spiked with something, you probably shouldn't be driving. Only thing that I think you ought to be on if you're driving is caffeine. Not that I'm recommending you take caffeine before you drive. It depends on how tired you are. But after a point, caffeine stops working. That was an interesting weekend. I tried to stay up for 3 nights. Well, I tried to stay up as long as possible, like stay conscious, and I managed about 3 days, and after the first 2, caffeine stopped having any noticeable effect, and it got really hard to think. I still couldn't have any hallucinations, though. I was rather disappointed. But yeah, I'm not horribly inclined to try that again. It felt awful. Felt like being drunk. In the most miserable way possible. I have been drunk. I don't like the feeling. It's so hard to think. I like thinking. It's my best form of entertainment. Not to diss all the people making content out there, but yeah. Not all content is created equal, and if my own thoughts are more enjoyable, I'm not going to watch you. I can literally end up better entertained by just staring into a wall. Not that what I'm looking at is the wall. The thing that's on my mind is in my own head. The wall is incidental. Dang it. Nearly 20,000. Nice. Alright. Everybody out for a stretch break. Refill the water. Maybe do some math. On to the next leg of the journey. Get my things in place. This track sounds a lot more ominous. too soon on that turn. Now the obvious answer about that planet is that it's Saturn. But sometimes I wonder if it's possibly a fictional one. Because that'd be neat. Highways on other planets that look like Miami, I guess. I don't know what Miami looks like. They got palm trees there. I think they do in California. That's not too far away. Using up a lot of these Instacart repair kits. It was several comic strips long. And I think the grand conclusion was that it started raining and Odie had all the picnic goods while John and Garfield were stuck outside. And you could tell from the expression on his face that he knew what he was doing. I don't even know what kind of doggo he is. Original soundtrack, Darkness Behind. Wow, nearly a whole hour. Didn't think they had the stamina for it. And one more, I think, on a different map. Nightfall. Wait, stop, Ellie. Didn't we already have this one? Yeah, we did. after the next turn, yeah, we're seeing signs of life again. We're gonna pull over for the rest of the night. Eyes are starting to get sore. Stop, we just passed a motel.
And, you have the car cut. The car that we were following is not in custody. The car is gone.
Oh well. Advantage of this neighborhood. A lot of empty desert. And not too far to walk from the next hotel. Home above all. Remember, kids, as a driver, it's your job to keep your eyes on the road, not read out the friggin' playlist. That was almost a run enter. Hey. I shouldn't have said anything about liking being able to get up good speed and then just glide past everything. Now everybody's ducking and weaving and things got a lot more congested. Aside from the sheer amount of bloom on the taillights on this map, there's also the fact that the cars that don't have their taillights on are also being obscured by the bloom, and otherwise they are almost the exact same color as the pavement due to the lighting. You basically have to deal with a much shorter range compared to that one neon punk space level where with the moon directly in front of you, you can see everything at the maximum distance, which is really cool. I like that map. As opposed to the other space map, where without the moon directly in front of you, you can't see anything. There's not even a road, it's just black void between neon highlights. That one's prettier. It is somewhat fascinating that ambulances, fire trucks, and police cars only seem to show up on the hard difficulty. So I'm not entirely sure why the typo car ends up being a factor for difficulty. They're all obstacles. I'm also not sure what the exact advantage is to buying a police light thing for your cars. I am so lucky that one didn't quite hit. Does using the light and the siren make other cars get out of your way? That's a collision. Ladder did not join it. Something else I noticed about my VTuber, I think it might struggle with the eye tracking because I don't know how to make my webcam. Gonna need to find some way to do that, I think, and it's definitely also was struggling because of the light levels. So, that's so trying to do facial tracking. Because while cars might be harder to see in the dark, at least human eyes are kind of built to see in the dark. Webcams definitely are not. Most of the time. There probably are webcams specifically designed for night vision stuff. But, I don't think that's something that my current webcam has. I should look up the specs or something. Shows up as an FPH thing. But, yeah, I don't really speak computer accessory, so I've got stuff to learn. Oof. It would be kind of cool if this game tracked your high scores per map. It would be more comprehensive, and then you'd be able to tell which maps you found easier to run. person for night job. Nice. That's going to be it for tonight. $7,000 on that run. Yeah, I think that can cover us for a stay at that hotel. And if it can't, we're sleeping in the car. Hope to see you next spring for my birthday. It's a kind of party hat PNG I can stick on my avatar that's cool. I don't want to interrupt this song by ending too early. Dang it. If you enjoyed the stream or the VOD, feel free to subscribe and leave a comment with any feedback you think would be helpful. And you can catch me live on Twitch as the Floating Head, and Floating has no eye. Floating has no A. Yeah, I definitely been driving for too long. Ooh. How about another joke from Sarah before we go? Why did the opera singer go sailing? They wanted to hit the high seas. Aha. With that one and the song sounding like it's winding down, I think that'll be all for tonight. Thank you for joining. Hope to see you next time. Bye-bye.